One stop. One stop science shop. Hello everyone, I'm Mercy, and this is the place where we try to answer all your science-related questions. It's the one-stop science shop. Looks like we have a question. It's Yuna from Busan, South Korea. She wants to know what's the difference between science and green science. That's a good one. Let's have a look. You must be wondering what I'm doing holding this lettuce and what it's got to do with green science, or what we call sustainable science. Well, with climate change becoming a very real threat to our world, it is becoming more and more obvious that we need to think about our relationship with the environment. More plants and less pollution, more organic and less chemicals, more recycling and less wastage. Let's all do our bit and go green. Who doesn't like a bowl of fresh salad? But something's missing. Lettuce. Sometimes, when you've stored lettuce for a long time, it becomes dry and wrinkled like these pieces. This happens because the water inside evaporates, pressure inside the cell drops, the leaves shrink and become unappetizing. All we need to do now, though, is to take a bowl of cold water and put the lettuce in. And allow it to soak for a couple of hours. And voila! Fresh, revived lettuce waiting for us. All thanks to osmosis, the process which helps water to diffuse back into the cells. So no food wasted and lots of energy saved by not having to drive to the grocery store. All part and parcel of green science or sustainable science, which is all about saving and applying eco-friendly thinking to scientific disciplines. To try reviving lettuce at home, have a look at what you need. Jar of cold water, dried lettuce, a bowl. In other words, green science is simply eco-friendly science. I hope you got your answer, Yuna. I see we have a visitor. Let's see who it is. Hi, come on in. Welcome to the one-stop science shop. What's your name?
My name is Agustia.
How old are you?
I'm 12.
And what do you like about school?
I like almost everything about school, but I like the holidays the most.
What is it about the holidays that you like so much?
I spend time taking old stuff and making new stuff out of them.
Alright, so what brings you here today?
I'm doing a project on environmental science, and I thought I would do my research here on the one-stop science shop.
Well, that's fabulous. Let's have a look at someone who has done a lot of work in the field of environmental science. This is Professor Ryoji Noyori, a Japanese chemist and an active promoter of organic and green chemistry. He was born in September 1938 in Ashiya, Japan. Ryoji was the eldest of 4 children, and his father was the research director of a chemical company. When he was 12, his father took him to a public lecture about nylon, which is made from coal, air, and water. 3 useful commodities that, when combined, can create a completely different, useful commodity. In post-World War II Japan, where many items were still scarce and rationed, Ryoji became passionate about using chemistry to help create important things from almost nothing. After completing his postdoctorate from Harvard, he returned to Japan and joined Nagoya University and became an expert in the field of asymmetric chemistry. Asymmetric means unequal, like cutting this fresh red mint, for example, into 2 different pieces. In chemistry, there's a principle called chirality. This is when 2 molecules are of identical composition, but not a mirror image of each other when superimposed. The best example of this is our hands. They look like they are identical mirror images of each other, but in reality, No matter how the two hands are oriented, it's impossible for all the major features of both to overlap. Professor Noyori and his team developed a field called asymmetric hydrogenation, where chemical reactions use chiral catalysts to dramatically change the way of chemical synthesis. In 2001, he won a Nobel Prize in Chemistry. In 2003, he became the president of Rakuten, one of the world's most prestigious institutes for scientific research. Noyori's research has been used worldwide to make medicines used in alleviating arthritis and antibiotics to fight infections. This is a man whose discoveries have helped many lives and provided tremendous potential for future molecular technologies. He also developed a method for the commercial synthesis of menthol. So next time you're popping a fresh red mint, whether chiral or not, remember Professor Ryoji Noyori.
I'm suddenly in a mood for some mint-flavored ice cream.
I could do with some vanilla too. But on a serious note, he was a person who believed that research was not just for researchers, but for the nature and the humankind.
In that spirit, do you have any ideas for my project?
Well, I was thinking of doing a recycling project with you, because one of the primary principles of environmental science and green science is to recycle waste products.
Wow, that's exciting.
Well, let's have a look at what we got in our one-stop science box.
We have some leftover soap, some molds, a big bowl, a tray, another bowl, a grater, a cutter. What's this?
That's moisturizer.
Aha.
Measuring cup.
A measuring cup. And some lavender scented oil.
And a spoon.
And a spoon.
Okay, that's our mat. Some tissues to keep handy. I'll get rid of this and let's get started. So let's lay out the mat. First step, we're gonna take the empty bowl, the grater, and the bits of leftover soap and gently grate them. Would you like to give it a try?
Yeah.
Smells good.
Sure does.
Red. I think we have enough soap bits for our recycled soap.
Yes, we do.
Now we're gonna add some water to this, 1/3 of this. The amount of water we add to this mixture varies depending on the kind of soap that we are using. If we're using a soft moisturizing soap, then we need less water. Would you like to give a hand?
Yeah.
Now we're gonna melt this down a bit so it becomes soft enough to put in a mold. You could do this at home on a gas burner, but in that case, you should ask for some adult supervision. What we're gonna do here is use some really hot water, so mind your hands. And carefully put the soap mixture in the bowl into the bowl with hot water. If you're using a gas burner or tea lights, use a very low flame. I'm gonna add a few drops of lavender oil, since it's my favorite. You're free to add any other fragrance that you like. When the soap has melted to this consistency, that's when we put it in the mold.
Okay.
I'm now going to moisturize the mold. There it is. I'm going to spoon some. Now, if you have an open mold like this, we'll use a tray. I'll show you how. Don't forget to moisturize the base of the tray. Okay. And carefully spoon the mixture. But if it's easy for you, you could spoon the mixture out into the tray and use a cookie cutter. It'll take a good 6 hours to set.
6 hours?
Yes, but you can actually speed up the process by putting it in the deep freezer.
That's a relief.
So while we wait for this to set, have a look at what you need.
Some leftover soap, molds, big bowl, tray, another bowl, grater, a cutter, moisturizer, a measuring cup, lavender scented oil, a spoon, mat, and a jar of hot water.
I have a muffin.
Wow.
Does this look familiar?
Yes, it does.
Then I have this.
This is so cute.
And a shining star. There you have it, your recycled soap.
They smell really good and they save money and the environment.
That's right. I hope this has helped with your project.
Who knew recycling could be this much of fun? And I'm so happy that I can share all of these ideas with my friends.
Thank you for coming by, Agustia.
Thank you for helping me with my project.
So when you do this at home, don't forget to experiment with different colors, different fragrances, and different molds. Thank you for joining us. I hope I can help you again next time with your science-related questions. See you again on the One Stop Science Shop.